Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Yo, Abushanfo me sramu pa say a year story ya yeba be no ubinya abotre na wahwe story ni yi na eye MPP for nkrofobia omo edo magu system no mu a omudi dream muidi like nipa bone for some according to information yenya free a year Loud Silence TV Kelvin Taylor and Chain na in fact near sankrofo no no to be honest say no crepan say and yet I was say Ghana for you me ni daho na ye hwehwe sankrofo akiri kwan na ye make sure say before 2024 elections December 7th elections no you better to nyoma yi because chese eye nipa bone for some ene ye di womudi adia hu ankasa enti me pese ye kɔ na yekuti Kelvin Taylor na on release a secret no enkyere ye ne yenhwe ye de ye kɔfa baefo de ye de abre no ene ye di kyere ye soso ye tifo ne ahwefo ema omususu tie enti we it is an alleged offense saying tape ene ye ba bebo e de akyere mo it is an alleged young Connie and Kuti, high PENDREAM TV, make sure you subscribe to the channel. No one like video, no, and they are my patcho. What I've been saying, I na o do adventure na to comment section. I say, better I say.
What we came to discuss today, and it's got to do with the hacking NPP for uses some gentlemen in Ghana to do. Now, let me show you. Sam Rantiwe, baby, will see them as criminals. I am coming to show you faces of people who are hacking. About 80% of Ghana celebrities, politicians, the clergy, and the judiciary, their phones have been hacked, and most of them they know. Majority of them are being blackmailed by these gentlemen I'm going to talk about. Me say majority of the judges in Ghana and the clergy. Me say sa boys were NPP for edi ejuma amo muso munye. That is what they do. And these are the boys who cloned 2020 elections. Results nearby no. Sa results ni na omo intercept results no. And they were at the end of the day omo na omo DB kika ho eyi bi frima na easy for to be general so omo system no cut off. It's easy for us. Oh, the network went off. No, they direct all of these results, no, from the regional, no, and into number creating regional and son about national. The reason why they did that, no, say they had to divert all the results to these men. Omudi government agency equipment and na omudi air day, omudi diabone. There are some. I've spoken to about 2 judges, and their Supreme Court judges when they sit on any case, they cannot vote contrary to what the Chief Justice will vote. You lie bad. They have basically been able to, so I'm a suffer from Ghana. No? And one pastor also very careful. And a pastor, your friend saying, Reverend Kofi Oduro. Yeah. He's their next, they will hack him. They will send, before, also Omeba group, no matter send the links in the group. Moi, Mumubi mo Jimina na mu jejina group yes e bom paye obi send links now I could press so I do hack you. And that is what they have done to most of Osarfo before no any judge for before no people's personal life most of you pictures ni nyina no more you videos ni nyina then they start to use it against you. And there are so many judges in Ghana they cannot talk, and I know about 12 they cannot talk, and some of them personally they have spoken to me say, Kevin, this is the situation. We can't do anything. Because BB Kim, they'll put the videos out. Obia or the personal life. Obia or Nyoma or behind the scenes. And that is what these people do. These people sometimes could be to alpha hour. Into what's drop a link. Obiji say quotation. Also, a group, yes, a gospel, a prayer group, or a school group, you must be drop a link. That is how. But I want to say this. These gentlemen, this man. This guy, his name is Benjamin Anan, a very dangerous guy. So Benjamin Anan anyway the company who computers in common. So I do phone da say or check bibi also. So I do laptop da. He is in your laptop. I make you been show. If you're a Ghanaian today in Ghana, not this gentleman called Benjamin Anan. Me be my mom in the background. Me be mom in the background. I'm going to clone 2020 elections. 2020 election results, it came to them before it came to the EC. And that is where Anoche NCA, that is where they were getting their results. Majority of the radio stations, they were getting results from these guys. They were not getting it from EC. And at the point, NPP said they were able to collate the elections results before even the EC. Because the EC knew that the elections were going to go to these people were going to look at the numbers, clone the numbers into 60,000 for NDC, or Ben 32,000. No, I done it no. NPP, the NA 15,000, why 51,000. And Tuba said the pink sheet on the ground, no, East one, you could see there is no connection. But Tuba said, Nani is sending also, saying you're sending these are the boys. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show you another person. This guy, his name is Osarfo Marfo. Very diabolic, dangerous guy. Let me tell you, he knows his job. And when I say he knows his job, we have, take this guy, about America, Juma. He's good at his job. And he's taking advantage of that. And this guy, the number of people are, and that this boy is duping. Or no, he's into, the director when it comes to cyber security or NCA. This is the guy who puts together the master plan. Now, the reason why I'm doing this in English, you've heard me speak a little bit of English, is because we are going to petition the IEEE. Osarfo Marfo. These are the criminals in Ghana who are destroying this nation. Now, before I go to Benjamin Anan, let me tell you a little about this guy. Now, the NPP, what they have done now, and say, you see this guy, it was recently moving the director of cyber security. Yes, no, or a lecturer at Ashesi University. I don't even know. Now, this guy is making millions. And this guy's expertise, say, he has good experience in mobile chips and what we call component security. The reason why I'm doing this is because he has gone against the international rules and regulations. And the license is what he's using to commit crimes in Ghana. This boy. His name is Osarfo Marfo. 2020 elections, women on elections. Now, his expertise is mobile chips. He knows how he can create different kinds of platforms and networks. They sit on the He is the mastermind behind it. And normally you don't see him. The reason why I show the name say when you go into the ethics of IEEE, Institute for Electrical and Electronic Engineers, a well-recognized institution that he's part of. He has that license. Now, idea about what the IEEE hates is to use the license to suppress people, to use the license to commit a crime. And this is what this boy, Ghana, because ne papa the advisor to the president, this is what he's doing in Ghana. They are manipulating Ghana over the national security, tapping into people's phones, tapping into people's offices, data. This boy is the guy who sits behind and say, I've created this, use this. 2020 elections, he is the one on the distracted system, he is the one who was able to make sure, say, cloning numbers. Now, the funny thing about this guy is say, build the tools. He builds different kinds of tools. And because the tools are platforms, sensitive ones are, you did to me institutions, you to me real data. That's why I'm saying a petition has been put together because the evidence we have with his connection. So what he has tried to do is say, every time he does this, he stays away. And today, be on no more cow catch him say, I will do it, but do not make anything linked to me, but mistakenly with Jano. You see, this world, obia time eba. And when your time is ripe, now, what he does normally, you say, so we study it, we do some time be. Oboha or say, my Facebook, ya Jeffrey Minsem, this is the guy. Obitu guys have Twitter, they have struck me. Your creative account so from me is this guy. They are basically suppressing free speech. And this is the guy they are using. And normally, he's quiet and he is the one who builds the tools. In fact, ne papa ne Osarfo Marfo. And in weeks to come, this guy, his license will be taken from him. He is a criminal. He's using this opportunity, or this servo Ghana, no? He's using this opportunity to destroy this nation. And it's an MP before to make a say, oh, you better win elections, you know, but the strategy we be winning. These are the people they are talking about. Sakwa he had a problem on internet. You can say Starlink by Elon Musk internet in the buy. He didn't like it because every election, biano, use Ghana internet normally conduct it. Now, what happens in the say? The moment you are on Ghana's internet, they will be able to hack your system. And it's an NC and Omkofa they are not free America, but in Ghana. And they took this boy and put him there. When a fuel station, you don't let him go. When you ship it to go, when we must say Kurono. These are the people blackmailing judges. It's say, and in the history of Ghana, you'll be a friend, a unanimous FC. It is because of these boys. They have a lot. They have a lot on the judges, and through this boy and the Benjamin guy I'm about to talk about, almost blackmailing judges. Osarfo bi Ghana come to me because they are Osarfo Ghana. They are cause to me can. Oko peace counselor almost these boys have their private conversations and their life. They use that to threaten them. And in the 2020 elections, the EC could not give you definite numbers because the NCA, what we call the guys, come. It's time for us to do the job, Mumbra. The NCA, the National Security and what we call the Bureau of National Communication, and it's BNC, NCA, any NIB for during elections, and it's James sent to me mom the right election results because these were the people who had to work on the numbers. They had to work on the results before the EC gets it. It's Mubusa NDC for Mubusa, no representing NDC war, a strong room or EC one. At a point, the system wasn't bringing anything. The moment the system goes down quiet, it means they have moved all the numbers. There's a diversion. They are cloning the numbers. And into the NCA for they were the ones churning out the numbers. And it's not echo BA, a whole day, a result center man NPPR. Almost omunya numbers. I say Paul Adamochi went to a ND's MPP4. Baby, I'm collecting some results. Ebusa Anochi say some numbers there. I think Techiman South. Anochi could not give the answer because the numbers it wasn't coming from ECU. It was coming from these people. Messiah, give me that video. That was that video. A man, Ghana for a smarter. A one number who said the numbers that were coming to the east, it was being manipulated by these people. It was being manipulated by NCA, NIB, and BNC. These were the people who were giving you the results. It's Poladomochi, Echo and NPP4 Coalition Center. Busa Anochi results be was screened, so Anochi could not give answer.
True.
Because the numbers there are numbers that you are getting from the ground, which have been certified. Why couldn't you give answer? Because Nasanko for way into me certified numbers in the man. And I know my team will find the video and they'll give it to me. A very, 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 very common video. Paul Adomotri went to a NPP for Coalition Center. Now, I'm sure I did. So this guy, who I need to be a catcher and say, he should be ready. He's going to answer questions. He's committing one of the craziest crimes on earth. Obeko jail. This boy, Bonia with Dio Ghana, Bonia with Dio Ghana. Now, let me show you this. I spoke about this guy. Every person who has been abducted in Ghana is this guy. So I want to say, I got you be, you know, national security for small be, in Kofobi the Kaaba, it is Ben Ansan. This guy. Or not the position, Juma, BNC, Bureau of National Communication. Now, let me show you how he made his way up there. Way, a crobiemwa, and could be sharing also the baby bonitrim, or a dangerous guy. Hey? Through this guy, Yachichinko for Bibrigan and Nimibiomo. Bongo ideas number children. It was this guy who instructed. It is this guy, and I have the facts to tell you. Bongo ideas number children number children and the Aquaway and the man instructions. NPP are buying. So what is Yachi Obina you be your wa? It is this guy. And this guy is the guy who basically is out there doing all the crazy stuff. Oh, say, Osarfo Marfo banner make sure on the picture first, you know. Oh no, because of the IEE, you know, or joining, you know, because Onim said rules, you know, and man, he always stays back. This is the guy who basically works for Jubilee House. And his job is simple. His job is to suppress people in Ghana. Now, how did he get to where he is now? Akwawe na oye a mere driver for Osla Owusu. Osla Owusu is the communication minister. Wait, na oye Osla Owusu driver. I'm now going to show you. Mr. Sanko for you when you see them. So I do phone pain. Waba ufie. I will show you a soft form of Romufia. Ako bag omufie. So akwa we aba wa sorry fie da. Waba ufie da. Waba bejo compete. Wajo phone so ya there. They are listening to your call. They are taking every info from you. They will come after you. His name is Benjamin Anan. Benjamin Anan. Now oye Asla Owusu driver kekewu. This guy used to just drive Asla Owusu. Onye ni pebiao. Now oye driver. Now see what happened. Now do you know, say, as we speak, this criminal, he is the head of security judicial services. Oba judicial services all gathering now the head of security. See, and the Ghana, Oba Ghana Judicial Services, judges for ne, lawyers for ne, people who work in the judiciary, the clerks near there. He is the head of security, judicial service, security. On the handle security, this guy. Into Mikacho say, it is through this guy no my bag judges nina. Judges nina almost phones nina. Now, there's something interesting. Now, you know this boy, Osla Owusu and Jubilee House, they tried everything possible to get this guy into the Ghana Law School. He tried a couple of times. He failed. This guy. And in India, boy, they don't allow. You know why? Now, Ghana Law School, during the exams, he was in charge of examination body, in charge of the security. Could you believe that this guy, he was the person who basically entered the system and stole the questions and was selling the questions?
Wow.
Make sure the reason why it's here, Oba Ghana Law School, they sacked him. Why? They did not pass him. This guy, he implicated 3 policemen at the Ghana Law School. This album in the no, and or implicated police for no, and as our police for no problem. Now, the funny thing is, later they did the investigations. Don't be who said, this guy called Benjamin Anan, he was the one who stole the questions because he had access. He was able to get into the computers of the Ghana Law School. And later, don't be who said he is close to Osla Owusu. He used to be Osla Owusu's driver. No? What they did was that they sacked him. They questioned him on it. There's a report there. So he was sacked from the Ghana Law School. This guy, they were pushing Enin Yabua, the former CJ, to make him go through. But Enin Yabua said no, because the guy is so weak-minded to be able to be pushed through the Ghana Law School. So several times, he could not make it to Ghana Law School. But that incident, because he is in charge. Today, when you go to the judicial services, ordinary the head of security, Monko tells the background way. This boy, we have been able to locate houses that he's bought in America.
Wow.
He has a wife, also a doctor, or twins. We have been able to locate all these things. Our two twins. Look on the Facebook page of Bibian Tour. Because he's hurting people. This boy is murdering people because he has been given power. He was just a mere driver. Or instructing this guy.
Wow.
He's just a mere driver. And then he is the head of security, judicial services. Now, I mentioned damage and Kofo here. The fear we have documented. You see, the agenda right now is he has the plan to say before the elections or the Nigerian twins in the Beba Krumha, and that they are prepared. If election does not go the way it should go, they will flee the country. We are waiting. After the damage they have done, kidnapping people, going into people's blackmailing judges, blackmailing men of God. Mebodin, Pastor and a friend Lawrence Tete, akwa women a black over them bargain. Lawrence Tete, they entered his phone, they entered his home, they put cameras in his home. Lawrence Tete, these people, that is what they did to him. They were able to get a boy to go and marry Lawrence Tete's daughter. That boy, I'll talk about him. He's not a PhD holder. He lied to them that he's a PhD holder. That is another criminal. I'll do his story for you to hear. And you can put there one thing. These people, do you know the number of people, they are listening to their calls and installed cameras in their homes?
Wow.
Now, there's something happening at the judiciary. Interestingly, when Madam Tokonu took over from Madam Tokonu basically decided to bring this boy closer. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I have everybody's number. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I can give you the phone number of... I can just give you the phone number of the Chief Justice of Head. And all the people these guys are bad. Chief Justice, the last number A52. The last number A52. That is the number of the Chief Justice. These people, all the judges in Ghana, they are back them. And then sometimes Twitter will say, now then you go to Supreme Court, it is like Sebio, your judges know. All my said toys. They all are doing one thing. Now the most interesting thing is when Chief Justice Tokonu came into office, she did something. Let me tell you, the reason why Yoni Kolendi was not made a Chief Justice over Tokonu was because these boys bugged him and they threatened him. See, Justice Doche, the former Justice Doche, he masterminded it. Yoni Kulendi was not given the CJ job because these boys, they tapped into his phones. These boys, they bugged this man. It was former Supreme Court Judge, Mr. Doche, this man. This man. Come. And we all know Doche, yeah. Doche was the one who made sure, because Doche was expecting Ekufuado to make him CJ. Ekufuado Kwasi Asemo started the enya, Doche led it. Opuni case about review, Doche was the one who led it. That time, Nona Enin Yabua was in South Africa. It was Doche who brought in another judge to change the review against Opuni. Doche was the same person. The Attorney General went to meet in his office privately. Me catch them Mohana, a copy of Supreme Court, Midi copy of Hono. It was Justice Doche. So he was working for Ekufuado, working with Attorney General Godfrey Dame to make sure that he becomes the CJ because Naka criminal retire. Ekufuado Efre Yoni Kulendi because Yoni Kulendi is from Ekufuado's law firm or one of his boys. And we all knew, say, Yoni Kulendi could have been the CJ. Now, this is what happened. Dochemo, through some judicial services workers, they came together and they did what they bagged Kulendi. This boy called Ben Ansa, they have every information on Kulendi. His phone, his laptop, his private life. This guy. But do you know what's dangerous? You see, sometimes I keep telling the Chief Justice of Ghana, Jesus Christ had everything at his disposal. When I say everything, ne papa ni nyankopon. Enti sankobi bedi ni bone kra na nko say Jesus Christ. Oh. But Jesus Christ so who kra ade na obeye. Sometimes we do some things, we think, say, we have fortified ourselves to the point where nobody can touch us. And we are going to help people do wrong. It is wrong. You see this lady. You see this person. Let me start from here. Her name is Jedzon. Jedzon. D-Z or D-Z-E D-Z-O-R-N. Jedzon. Or Justice Doche, former secretary. Now, or CJ, new secretary. See, this lady, when we damage your judiciary, these are the people who are conniving with Ansamo. These are the people doing the damage. This girl, she used to be a Justice Doche, former secretary. Today, this girl is the new secretary to CJ. Do you know the connection? I'll tell you. Now, you see this person, Ruth. Now, this lady, Oyejimo Chief Justice Office, she is now the PA to the CJ. I'll show you how this is linking, If you know what is happening in Ghana, and Kufuado picture, Napo, Parliament. Your judiciary has been hijacked. Your elections have been hijacked. Your clergy, they have been hijacked. You people have no country. There is no freedom of speech. These people have finished you. Now, this lady is called Pamela. I think a lot of people know her. Pamela Addo. I think she used to date Ekufuado sometime. Now, she is the judicial secretary. There's one man called Mr. Bedu, on a HR manager. Let me tell you, all the pictures I've shown you, I am going to take my time and do extensive work and how our judiciary today does not belong to us. All names of that church now, I'm going to do an extensive job, But you see, these people I've told you, they are only effective because of this guy. These are the two guys who are making her very effective. And this guy, he kills, he kidnaps, he bugs. Yeah? You see this boy? Sir boy, get me. Where's it? This boy, his name is Jedu. These are the boys they send into people's home to install the cameras and bug their systems. This boy, his name is Jedu. Masana me keep your munyina picture. Send a bear time in draw. You people will understand what I am doing. Way boys women use your grounds work, you know. We will cheat baby also bono. Do you know the damage these boys have done to people in Ghana?
Right.
Do you know the damage they did in 2020? The 2020 elections, these are the foolish boys the NPP used, and they are still using these boys. In fact, let me tell you, Osarfo Marfo, who is part of the IEE, because see, this guy, Kojo Osarfo Marfo, this boy, when you go into the IEEE, code of conduct and code of ethics, they have stated it clearly there. You cannot use what you have learned and the license you have to suppress any human being. And it is one thing that you don't do. It is one thing that when you have the license, you don't do. But you see what this boy is doing in Ghana? Wabesha Ghana. And they are causing a lot of damage. Master, Metmakajo say every big known person in Ghana, these boys, they have bagged them. And sometimes Mutimbusa will say, why is everybody quiet? They are not just quiet. Oh. These people are holding their balls. This guy. And you see, I'll come and show you his properties here. I'll come and show you their new projects they are working on. Now, the IEEE, we are going to petition them. The IEEE, we will petition them. We have everything to prove to them that Kojo Osarfo Marfo is not supposed to be given that license. They need to take it away from him. Now, this guy is the main problem. Now, there are people through this guy, almost kidnapping. As we speak today, they cannot see. And you see, Mamincho connection, no? The BNC, the Bureau of National Communication, the National Security, the NIB, they all work. The BNC, the Judicial Services Security Department, you know, all NIB, they all work under national security. NCA, DNC, they all work under national security. It is a coordination. They work in a map. And what they are doing now, and I say, every single conversation, NDC for more the top of NDC. You people, more we use Samsung, more we use iPhone. You people have to be very careful. They are listening to all of you, your calls. They are getting into your phones.
Wow.
They have videos, photos of your personal lives. And they will win the elections with their technique. They are going to blackmail a lot of you NDC people. And it's going to be this boy and Kujo. It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osarfo Marfo. Osarfo Marfo Banono.
Wow.
It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osarfo Marfo. These are the boys they are using. 2020 elections. We will not a cloning numbers. No? See, Ghana for. You see, sometimes, see, it's now only engineers say, this is a fight for NDC. This is a fight for Kevin Taylor. We are making the biggest mistakes of our life. Okay? At this point, it's not about politics again. It's about you, your security. It's about you, your life. Every single businessman in Ghana, they are going to speak up. They have backed them. And in Ghana, Ubiankasa.
Wow.
These two guys, especially this guy on my left, then answer. Ekufuado kidnapping nipa election 2020 numbers ana ember. Besides, can you find that video for me? It was Paul Ademoche. Besides, he went to the NPP strong room or coalition center. He was with Anoche. Anoche was running him through. Anoche was running him through the results on their screens. They got to a point where he questioned Anoche that, oh, this number, Anoche could not give answer because it was being prepared by these boys. Now, you see, the boy, thank you, Mr. S. The boy, I just showed you his picture. Oh, what he has posted on Facebook. See. You see what they post on Facebook? Let me show you. Let me show you. The boy and I'm saying Jeduno. You see what he posts on Facebook. You see, when you go on his Facebook, Cyber One Defense Communication, AI trick to get into. See, you see, these are the kind of things they do. Boy and I'm saying Jebina, omo planting cameras and bug and entering people's phone. You see when you go on the Facebook page. Thank you, Mr. S. You see what they do? These are the kind of things they do. AI, someone can use to get into your online account. Think twice before you click. And that is what they do. That is what these boys do in Ghana. This foolish boy. Now, when you go there, you see the numbers there. Free Instagram follower. Hey, Joe, want to boost your Instagram popularity overnight? We've got a game-changing opportunity for you. Our team has developed a revolutionary tool that can increase your followers by 1,000 plus in a few minutes. It's completely safe. That is what they do. And they are using government of Ghana equipment, NCA, BNC. That is what they did 2020 elections. Anything till date, J mentioned to me my one single answer. Because they were cloning the numbers. They were cloning the numbers. And into the group point to be not easy and to me one number. Because the numbers, the figures not NDC for actual police centers. No, a do regional no more diverted about BNC. No, they about NCA. They will have to change all the numbers before they resend it. It's easy to be to oh, the numbers are not coming. We are waiting. We are waiting. Almost how much in an hour? Not messing about now NDC was why are they coming in bulk? Because they keep the numbers, they work on all of them, and then they release them. Into a whole hour, no numbers beyond by. Yes, EC is still waiting for the constituencies. They have moved the numbers from the region to these boys. They move it to Benansa, they move it to Kojo Osarfo Marfo. They work on the numbers. And EC was contradicting itself. Because the numbers that were coming from these people, they had to wait. NPP for setting up coalition center, no, it was the numbers they were getting, they were rather feeding the EC numbers. So the numbers came to from constituency to region. It came to these boys at BNC, NCA, and then they now directed to NPP coalition center. Not NPP coalition center, EC. So the EC were taking their numbers from NPP coalition center. And that is the job they did. That is the job they did. Internet no bisa easy for say. When they win the election, want to mean control. Internet no bisa NPP for say, are you going to win the election? Also want to mean breaking the 8. Also want to mean say we will win the election by this margin. But they be also we will win the election by using some technique. This is what they want to use. And this is the highest form of treason. The highest. The people's will. These boys are using our own tools to use it against us. Because the will of the people, these people are sitting in office and changing the will of the people.
Wow.
Mr. S, did you find it? Mr. S, did you get me a video? Let me see if you got me a video. Oh, the Jedu guy there, they'll take care of him. Jedu. oh, he would suffer the consequences. Jedu, Kojo, and especially Ansa, Benjamin Ansa, on the guy who commits all the crime. Benjamin Ansa, he was Asler's driver. All right, Mr. S is getting me the video. It's Ghana for. Okay, Mr. S, thank you. Mr. S, I one of the team members sent it to me. Thank you, Koto. So, Monshe, during the elections, I thought I'm better sure what happened. How they were giving the NPP numbers to give to the EC. I'm not sure. And it's like the Bianca just said we will win the election with the Samia Ukumi no minimo. Samia Uku knows. Paul Adomotre. That is why today they don't have any message. They don't care. Because they are going to use these boys. Now, listen. My mentor idea. Oh, time I'm not moving numbers now, cloning no. And I'm not just a Paul Adomotre, bra. Now, muntie conversation. No. Obusa the question, Mr. Numbers where then I'm muntie. I'm telling you. I'm showing you the facts.
All right, and then you see the South.
Okay.
Right, and you see NDC is what? 51,403. They have
52. This is presidential.
Presidential.
Okay. And Nana Akufo-Addo has 46.
Yes, 46.
So President Mahama wins that.
Wins that.
Where's the parliamentary?
Now, again, there's a big challenge with all this with parliamentary. Because parliamentaries are very local, right? And typically the PCs, right, manage that.
The parliamentary candidates.
Yes. So oftentimes it's difficult to get our parliamentary numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary analysis.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, is she talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay, yes. So these figures we have here, John Mahama has Techiman South.
Yes.
It's gone to him.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay. The NPP held a press conference recently. They talked about Bandai.
Numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary analysis.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, is she talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay, so these figures we have here, John Mahama South.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The NPP held a press conference recently. They talked about Bandai Constitution.
You see, you cannot tell me it's when you're presidential, when you're parliamentary. That's what they did. So what they did was that every time the numbers came in, boys would sit at BNC, NCA, they clone the numbers. Now, what happens in say at the point when say see EC for numbers to be amaye. Anytime before election 2020, Kojo Ponkroma through NCA released a statement that no media house has the right to release any number. Okay, besides, pull that document for me, if you can find it. Also, before election 2020, the NCA, which is headed by Anochi, who is the boss of Kojo and Benjamin Anan, they came out the day before the elections. They released a statement through Ponkroma that no media house has the right to release even provisional results. What were they doing? They wanted their people to release the results to the media houses. So through Ben Kojo Ansa, Osarfo Marfo, let me put their pictures on the screen. Between these guys, what they did was that the numbers that came in, Ponkroma knows this. He knows this very, very well. Anytime I remember NDC for especially Omane Boama. And if you quit their target is you people. When they get in your phone, you people are done. You cannot even speak before elections.
Wow.
All the NPP executives, NDC executives, that's what they want to do. They are sitting back and they already have shit on some of you. They already do. They already do. They are going to come, they are going to send it to you and say, if you say thing, you are done. And you will see, say close to elections, I'm on phone to me in Kasa. These are the boys they use. So they clone the results, and when they clone the results, the NCA waits. The EC waits. Bossman Asari knows about these people. Besides,
And some of course
Mr. S, you got me. Okay, let me show you this. My team said remember video way. I think the longer version of what I just showed you. Now let me see if that is it. Make sure they see election, no?
Right, and then you
It's
see
a Techiman South. Okay.
right, and you see NDC is what 51,403. They have
52. This is presidential.
presidential.
Okay. And Nana Akufo-Addo has 46.
Yes, 46.
So President Mahama wins that.
Wins that.
Where's the parliamentary?
Now, again, there's a big challenge with all this with parliamentary. Because parliamentaries are very local, right? And typically, the PCs, right, manage that.
The parliamentary candidates.
Yeah, so oftentimes it's difficult to get the parliamentary numbers. A good number of PhDs for the parliamentary are not here.
So when the Electoral Commissioner said Parliament Techiman South is being disputed, is she talking about parliamentary or presidential, or we don't know?
No, I believe that there is a police station also that they have issues.
They have issues. Okay, so these figures we have here, John Mahama has Techiman South.
Yes.
It's gone to him.
Yes.
Under your analysis.
Yes.
Okay. The MPP held a press conference recently.
You say you're collating results from one polling station. How come you have only presidential and you don't have parliamentary? Now he's saying that parliamentary is local. How local is it? Because you're to Abano. How local is parliamentary? Election, a polling station back with to Abano. Why are you telling me say Onsaka presidential, Onsanka parliamentary? They were struggling with the parliamentary. All that they wanted to do was that they wanted to project to say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has won the presidential. No to fight for the seats for the parliamentary. Into study their concentration was in 2020 was to let Ghanaians believe Akufo-Addo will win. Now when they are done with that, because after they do that cloning, the moment you win presidential, Omeka say parliamentary we can suppress it. In the moment the two systems Akufo-Addo is leading presidential now, and they got to know say they are struggling with parliamentary. And then Techiman Kobo too, and Abisi constituency Wakobo too, and then almost started say Afe they needed to claw back the numbers that they didn't have to make their numbers. This Anoche guy, he is the one that is using these boys to do this. And you know the funny thing, these are people who are working for us. We are the ones paying them. Now, for about 2 years, Sawatia, they be a NPP for NPP will win with 50.8. And I will study here, won't say every day. Now, a allotajo comes, I can't who sing on the okay. They be for 2 years now, from 2022. Every single day, they are going to win with 50.8. Now, I must say we need parliamentary 142 seats. They know they want to clone it, and these are the boys they are going to use. So they have already mapped it down. And they have mapped all constituency down. They know the numbers will be feeding easy. And they are using NCA, they are using BNC, they are all working under national security, they are coordinating. And then they would hear MP before, we will win with 50.8. Who makes that number? Who actually comes up with such a number? And then he will tell you, say, we will win 142 parliament. They know, they will clone the numbers. And if we want people to go after, the people who are doing this damage, these two people, they don't deserve to live amongst us. Jedudi, we will handle him. Ghana's elections, your problem, your democracy, these are the boys. I'm using almost say democracy. The reason why our democracy is struggling today is because of these boys. Don't take this lightly. They are still working. And anything that MP before to mean country, almost what I'm say they'll win. Samia Uku works with these people. Samia Uku, Kojo Ponkroma, they are the ones telling them, say, relax, man, this is one year campaign, we will clone the numbers again. Because they are the ones who handle the internet. They will shut it down, they will slow it down. Every county, it will go to regional. From regional, it will not come to EC, never. From constituency, it will go to regional. From regional, it will come to these people. Kojo, Ben, any they are not Chimono, they are the ones who are going to clone the numbers and give you the numbers of pay. How do we work towards this? How do we change this? We need to take the issues. Today, more judges into me in Kasa. Can tell you about 70% of judges in Ghana. Judgment and will. My judgment they don't know what to do. Because one must have judgment in the way in Kofo we power. Everything that will enter the Supreme Court, it will be unanimous. The Chief Justice knows these guys. Madam Tokonu knows these boys. She knows them. This guy, Benjamin, on my left, is the head of judicial security. Madam Tokonu knows him personally. And when a judge calls you and is crying on the phone, judge Frono Osuma phone, so it's tough, man. Say a judge, on your lower court judge, a judge or top, a Frona or Casa or Fosna Osuma, you know how the damage, how people, what a Juma, you know. All because of his voice. I saw from Penifo, and they are all watching me tonight. They all know. Peace Council. Then every famous pastor you know in Ghana, they know. Why? Why should we do this to this country? Why should we do this? Why should I allow these people to be walking on the streets of Ghana? Who are these people? Ghana folks should forget about the judiciary. There's no justice there. I'm telling you. The Ghana government and they're running the judiciary. This boy Benjamin, I want Marfo. I'll come and show you the wife picture. I'll come and show you investment. That's what I'm telling you. Say, we have gotten whatever we want. The IEEE, we are petitioning them. Kojo Osarfo Marfo, Yaw Osarfo Marfo by Oshe Suti, his license needs to be taken away from him. These boys have to serve jail time. They have to. They have to serve jail time. They need to go to jail. They have committed a lot of pain. They have inflicted a lot of pain on people. Their families are doing well. They sit behind computers and they frustrate people's lives. A judge calls me and cries on phone because they just told him, they just showed him what they have. Why? How did we get here? Why are we allowing this to happen?
Ghana, a peaceful country and a beacon of democracy in its fourth republic, has had violent free elections and transitioned power peacefully without any unrest or civil strife. This has become effortlessly possible because of the peace-loving leaders Ghanaians have successfully elected to lead them. President Kufuor in 2007 perfectly described the attribute of the type of person to lead Ghanaians at all times.
So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. Whether when the power is given to this person to lead us, is the type with the experience and with all due respect, the wisdom to be able to keep the country united, secure the nation, to gain the respect of the forces, the military, the police, the chiefs. Look out for that. Because we know the history. Some people have been given power only to lose it just like that. We don't want that.
Even so, this peaceful and beautiful country was handed to Nana Akufo-Addo on the 7th January 2017 as president to lead for 4 years. Many people had reservations about his violent nature, which may have been well hidden from the public, but not from those who knew him best. Mr. Kofi Kumsen, a close friend of President Nana Addo, bluntly stated,
I can't entrust Ghana into the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo. I can't sleep. It's not safe. It's not safe. And I believe that.
Then there's Maxwell Kofi Juma.
he won't fuck up. He will be a terrible president.
President Nanado's violent nature became immediately apparent as a warlord sponsoring his party hoodlums to attack innocent citizens and public officers alike, as was seen with the beating of ASP Nanka Bruce at the presidency in front of a paralyzed security on the 9th January 2017, just 2 days after Nanado had been sworn in as president. President Nanado surrounded himself with hoodlums as bodyguards and endorsed vigilante groups such as Invincible Force and Delta Force. Members of these vigilante groups had free rein to attack anyone who was not a member of the president's political party. They went on a rampage, causing mayhem and atrocities on anyone who disagreed with or criticized Nanado's government. President Nanado's own appointee, the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, was heckled, manhandled, and dragged from out of his office like a rat. Not even our courts were spared by these hoodlums. They vandalized court proceedings and broke free fellow members from judicial justice while attacking the sitting judge in the process. The Ayawaso West Wagon by-election was President Nanado's first test of leadership for peaceful elections in the country. Instead, a battalion of his party hoodlums, dressed in SWAT uniforms and armed with lethal weapons, were discharged to visit mayhem and brutalities on innocent citizens who were simply exercising their constitutional right to vote. The aim of these hoodlums was primarily to intimidate voters in the opponent's stronghold and to prevent a free and fair elections. They fired several rounds of gunshots in and around a polling center targeted at Ghanaians, which led to a bloodbath just for a by-election. All this happened under the explicit and tacit approval of President Nanado. These barbarisms happened without a single condemnation from the president. He immediately flew out of the country to attend a concert, leaving bloodied victims to their fate. He gleefully ignored the recommendations of the Ayawaso West Wagon Commission of Inquiry report by issuing a white paper to whitewash these crimes against Ghanaians. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II advised sternly, and I quote, "Elections with integrity mean the electoral contest, both in their preparation and their conduct, must be free and fair and not disfigured by political motivated violence. They must take place on a level playing field with parties and candidates able to campaign to put their case across and the electorate free to cast their vote without fear or intimidation." President Nanado sat in front of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II and jokingly lamented without any apology or remorse, saying in part, "I will not ignore such issues. The law applies to everyone in Ghana. I know it is of concern to you, but do not worry. We will ensure that everything is resolved." My fellow Ghanaians, has this been resolved? Have things been resolved as the president promised Otumfuo? Has Nanado disbanded these vigilante groups? Did we not in fact see these hoodlums on rampage again in Ketu South, Banda, and elsewhere in the just ended new voter exercise?
Live channel. Welcome back to the show. Bamika, we've been through. This guy travels with the Chief Justice everywhere she goes. This guy travels with the Chief Justice everywhere she goes. He is the head of judicial security. And I want to tell you for a fact, people like these are dangerous to your democracy. Say, boy, we about sorry about office. But any gadget from you, on with dinkomobia that's got to do with data, is in your system. If this guy, Benjamin Anan, so about us, sorry, we are soft opinion, we are politician, we are businessman. So I Joe Fonda, we general office da, they have bugged you. That is how they want to run Ghana. They want to run Ghana from behind the scenes. Nobody can speak. And it is showing clearly. You people can see, sometimes you ask yourself, this is what they do. And they are going to do more. Listen to me. They are going to do more. They are ready to rig the elections. They are ready to use these boys, some people in the judiciary, the NCA boss, the national security boss. They are going to touch your internet. They are going to slow it down. They are going to clone the numbers. That is why the NPP keeps telling you they will win the elections and NDC will be shocked. They know they have no message. They know that people will vote for the NDC. They believe they will change the numbers to suit their agenda. Messenger, I have been with you for some time now, and till date, nobody has been able to come out to contradict anything I've put out. You are also a messenger, and as messengers, we come with the truth, irrespective of who is in front of us. I will leave you with this today. Every single Ghanaian should be worried. Every single one of you should be worried. The 2024 elections is not about who wins power. It's about we making sure we take our democracy back. The NPP, the Bawumia, the Akufo-Addo government, this particular party is dangerous to our democracy. They don't care. But when we, the people, come together as a unit, as one people, like we saw in Kenya, these termites, you can step on them in a second and they will never be found again. Democratically, we should come together as a people and fight for what belongs to us. My name is Kevin Ekobedu Taylor. I'll be back tomorrow to speak about Ghana. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. God bless every single individual. Cheers and good night.
Yo, anti Abushan for a year and Koma Yakofa Bremono, free a year, the Loud Silence TV. Akache and the Abram Kevin Taylor and Abi Bibi Mo, Amayahu and somewhat air coso our Ghana Hanum. Na and some of the air asefem sometimes they be no Riana Mekase Krumha. The ACC no mekrano me dwene ho a mente ase cause ohwe enyoma esisi wo omampanyini John Dramani Mahama na abreso ne ensamo a asofo bi pie ekekaye ahemfu bi epie ekekaye empanyifo opinion leaders bi epie ekekaye Peace Council for Christian Council for Pentecostal Council for Islamic Council for Catholic Bishop Conference for like CSOs and somewhere ibinim pie ka ye ewu krum ha all of a sudden a year omampanyina Akufo-Addo bayi enyoma na esisi o Mahama penso ana omo kasa no times beye 20 asi ewo omampanyina Akufo-Addo apenso a obia ntumi mmowa obia kwhye ne dem nti ya na mebisa mo sɛ nti mpanyinfoɔ ɛwɔ fi kurom ha de bia mo a mohwɛ Pendream TV na motie me no mo behu sɛ metai bisa ensɛm wei paa sɛ nti mpanyinfoɔ wɔ ɔman mu ha na yɛwɔ da so wɔ mpanyinfoɔ wɔ ha nti deɛ ɛkɔ so no ɔmuhu anaasɛ ɔmuhu sometimes onte aseɛ odwene ho a onte aseɛ na bisa wo sɛ ukɔhyia nkurɔfoɔ yi so mpanyinfoɔ yi privately they are crying omeka ama wahu sɛ nyoma nkɔyie ɔmampanyina Akufo-Addo disappoint ɔmo nanso sɛ bɛyɛ ama ɔmatumi apia abɔnten akasa no na ɛno akɔdane boakye bidin sɛ ɔmbɛtumi apie akasa sɛ na mahama time na ɔmo kasa no da bi da nti ensɛm bi sei epiepie na sɛ the lives of Kevin Taylor mo ɛbɛkeka ensɛm bi sei a ɛno ɛna ma yɛ gidi sɛ no na kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ anokorɛ sɛ bibi saa asi because look sɛ mobɛkae a before 2020 ɛna ɛyɛ owura a yɛfrɛ no Emmanuel Amati ɛyɛ panyinipa na ɔda Presby Asafo no ano moderator na ɔda Presby Asafo no ano ɛbɛkae sɛ mahama time no utumi sori pia abɔnten bɛkae na anyansafoɔ yi mu wɔ he anyansafoɔ yi mu wɔ he ɛna ɛfan kusi he ɛna see na nkurɔfoɔ politicians bi pɛ sɛ ɔmbɛma no bribe sɛ ne bɛyɛ on criticize ɔmo papa yi before 2020 ya amanfoɔ start kasa sɛ ade nti na wɔn kasa na yɛnte ne na ɔbɛkae sɛ ya setting it up nkurɔfoɔ bi a setting it up at the cameras abɛ setting it up ne ɛho ade ya wanhyɛ da ambie asɛm n'ani so eyie nti yanhyɛ da anhu ne na ɔpɛ so ɔkyerɛ but ebi ɛna ɛyɛ Kevin Taylor ɛde abɛto dwa no na saa nkurɔfoɔ yi a wɔde ɔmo pictures ne ɔmo videos abɛto on like ɔmo pictures abɛto on ɛwɔ sɛ NDC foɔ ɛma yɛni ɛda hɔ ne yɛhwehwɛ nkurɔfoɔ yi ase na yɛpɛ ne poma sibre in fact abɛɛfo mfidie yi a aba yi deɛ uwo bi a obi susu etumi enya bi ɛkantaw ne nyina ɛyi sikasɛm enti ɛne nimdeɛ I know that the NDC have learned their lessons. Say election 2020 now we lose here no wasn't just a normal loss to say opinion kotuti omo elusu abano and nobody stole them at the polling stations, so there is no need say omo blame omo agents. Election no de ekoyi nyina na say enkrofo ifa kwan bi so mu fa kwan bi so ɛde abɛɛfo ntentan technology ɛna ɛde dane elections n'ani ewie mu ɛde ma ɔmampanyini Akufo-Addo enti if sɛ NDC for any abere party then this time ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo ekinya ɔmo ho this time ɛwɔ sɛ NDC for ɛwɔ so ɔmo ho na ɔmo kyerɛ nkurɔfoɔ yi sɛ sabio ɛnya mo nko ana mo animdifoɔ ɛna ɛnya mo nko ana mo anyansafoɔ wi akyire a saa nkurɔfoɔ yi paa deɛ they have to arrest them and investigate them if indeed near yate afɔm ho no ɛyɛ no kra we know sɛ ensɛm bibiri kɔ so yes Kennedy Japan kra be kan be threaten omo se omu di agora obeba out abekasa ama MPP fo hu kwan omo fa so na Ghana fo hu kwan omo fa so a omo de win elections no so nobody should dare him yes obegu MPP party no so undoubtedly no bibia kire se omo fa kwati kwan so de win election enye ya abato no abane de nka Ghana for eto aba de ma omampani John Dramani Mahama sɛ ɔmbɛyɛ omampani no kurom ha badabro ɛne bayi krono katahyehyɛ ne kankan dwirim enti nkurɔfoɔ yi ɛfa kwati kwan so ɛna ɔmodane aba no ani But 2024 year, it must not repeat itself again. It must not happen again. No matter what, it must not happen again. And whoever does that must face the wrath of the Ghanaian people. Whoever tries it must face the wrath of the Ghanaian people. Nye asi ewo Kenya no, ebetumi asi ewo Ghana ha. Yesi wo Liberia, Rwanda, ebetumi asi ewo Ghana ha. Ebre aso de esi wo Cote d'Ivoire, ebetumi asi ewo Ghana ha. Bushafo enti de bia ye de betena ha ne ebo ye mpanyifo kokko. So omunhwe yi na power, it is transient. Sabi obi anu ha obedi power na obedi tumi akodu na wiye. Sabi okonfa no chekura no owuye. Enti uye den obre ebeso. Jabushafo a mo hweyen o PENDREAM TV so. Monfa sa akokɔbɔ yi emma Ghana mpanyifo se. Omonhwɛ omhu yi. Ghana no ewo wura. Yen na Ghana ewo yen. Enti de epe na ye chusu no so omedi anim. Nobody born of a woman can sit in his comfort zone and dictate to us. Nobody has the right to sit in any ghetto and try to change the verdict of the Ghanaian people. And it the insichna. I was say, Mama yina ye may ni bre. Yes, said ye me kind. I was see may ni bre. Na ye ma enkrofu hu se krom ha the ACC wo amanamaya hodo so ebi ebetumi asi hanom se obi nim na otrai se obebo Ghana kro no a constitution no ama yentumi say we should resist the oppressors rule. A battle must be free, fair and transparent. Obi biara obetry so obi wiam osa nipa no mmara no ekire se o deserve so owu a treasonable offense. So obetry so obe change the verdict of the Ghanaian people. Yes, Tiabusanfo mama ibu enfu na Ghana for me hu se yebu enya mfu ye. Aha, PENDREAM TV. So subscribe to the channel. No one like video no Eddie Amami. What been chiribi and now that to comment section no. I say Eddie Amayen. Abushafo. Baby a obefabia social media platforms in PENDREAM TV ewo. Oko Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Ni na PENDREAM TV. Uba Facebook PENDREAM TV Ghana. PENDREAM TV. Yes, Edamu. Yopo
ya mobo wo Ghana etisika so o manya ohia man nenam amamu a enkoyie enti no ekom de
the country where I come from, the truth is irony, just like animal farm. Justice mean inequity. So who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Christian can say silence. Islamic leaders silence. Kings and queens silence. Traditional leaders silence. So who go say the truth? We are them go so confused the call. Now by area why no better. We are them go so confused the call. One guy so yeah why no better. who go say the truth? Who go say the truth? Oh, he be tenacity was a so. Na your friend on a nine camasam. Only papi obeka na sembia. So I want to obet you too. Everybody was afraid. And when Tina Nantuma caught it, Yajanai. Once na board dumping one and but who go tell the truth? Nanai or say me. Nanso bien person beka wasam because everybody is afraid. Anya safwe muayini. Akuku drofo nyina danima. Enti who go say the truth? Obiadra konson so to grow Germansa to me be a cacobrafo. Efo anyina ye. Efo when you know yet. Na so kutrata down na so be dia back or why no keke. I fene for be man mo pia for efo ne cross on my mo. Hanya safwe mo ayini. Akuku trofo nyina dalema. Enti who go say the truth? Abaya di bote chino. Yedi bi bebo nyande bi kachi se wodi o ma o pipi numa wodi o ma never shine my frafonsa but who go tell the truth? TUC silence, even journalists silence. Oh, then who go say the truth? Right is right. Wrong is wrong, no matter how you justify. You say you wanna get rid of corruption. Someone want to help you. Now the person become your target. Jobless no they mean senseless. Poverty no they mean useless. One day them go resist.
Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, or see them yopo.
Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.